Why watching the next YouTube video won't help you. So, you've watched up a few YouTube videos, gone through some tutorials about the things you want to learn or you want to improve on. Just as soon as you're about to start the thing, you feel like you're not ready yet. There's this voice telling you that you need to watch another tutorial in order to actually do the stuff. Then you think watching out another video would solve my problem. Then you go to the YouTube and you watch another video about the thing that you want to learn, and then you are stuck in a cycle of watching a tutorial after another tutorial, and you end up losing all the motivation and the will you had at the time of starting that thing, and here you are stuck in the tutorial loop. So what is this beginner cycle of doom, also known as tutorial loop? Tutorials are great. They help you to get started with the stuff that you are not aware about. But after some time, there comes a phase where you are stuck in watching tutorial after another. After watching so many tutorials, you do not feel ready and you end up losing the confidence and the will that you had at the start. A common example, many new programmers who are getting started into this coding and practices keeps on doing tutorial after another as they don't feel ready and they don't build the projects themselves. Another example that you might relate is fitness, where one spend most of the time researching about workouts and nutrition instead of actually doing the workout and restricting yourself to a strict diet plan. By the end of the video, I'm going to share some actionable steps that you can actually take in order to break this tutorial cycle. But the big question is, why do we get stuck into the tutorial loop? People often find themselves stuck in the tutorial loop due to some practical reasons. One major reason is fear of failure or making mistakes, which leads us to seek out some tutorials in order to gain some confidence and avoid risk. Another reason is imposter syndrome, where people doubt their skills and feel like frauds as they have yet to earn the position where they are currently at. So thus, tutorials provides up a structural learning path where people can follow some actionable steps, take some action, and they can see the result. But this ends up not building the confidence and depleting the tendency to take the risk. How can you actually break the tutorial loop? Too much dependency on the tutorials comes with a cost, and the cost is, yes, you're right, your confidence. Relying on tutorial comes with a false sense of progress, as you may complete the tutorials and you feel like you have actually achieved the skill, but since you have not practically applied the skill, you lack the confidence that you actually have the skill. This confidence comes from trying the new things and taking the risk of failing and doing these things regardless of knowing that you might fail. So like I told, I'll be sharing some actionable steps that you can take in order to break this tutorial loop. Step number 1, apply immediately. Let's say you have learned up a new programming principle or you have learned up a new workout routine. Try that out shortly after learning. The actual thing is you will never feel ready, so might as well try right away. What could actually happen? The biggest thing is you might fail, which you eventually will at some point. Point number 2, limit tutorial time. What I used to do was, I used to allocate certain amount of hours each week where I used to learn the skill by watching some tutorials, and the remaining time I used to actually work on those by myself. A couple of examples. Now you have learned up a new programming principle and you have solved some certain set of problems using tutorials. Now you would extend this knowledge to different set of problems and would try to think out new solution for those problems. And in terms of workout, let's say you have followed up a workout routine. Now what you can do is you can change the intensity or the time that you do a specific workout. You could try out multiple combinations and you can keep the one that works for you. First step is challenge yourself. Now, since you have learned the things in a specific period of time and you've started to apply those things, all you have to do is challenge yourself. Think about a specific programming problem. Now you have learned some techniques that you can use to solve that problem, and you can use same technique and you could improvise them in order to solve a different problem. You have gone through a workout routine. You have tried it a couple of times. Now you can challenge yourself by changing the intensity of the workout routine in order to see how much you can adapt to that new routine of yours. The secret sauce is breaking the tutorial loop is very easy if you take action on it. That is all there is to it. Just by doing these 3 actionable steps, you can see your confidence build up and the imposter syndrome will go away. So in case you're wondering how social media has made us much more unsocial and it has impacted our confidence, you can check out this video that's on how social media has impacted our confidence. And I'll see you guys real soon.